From stalker to killer, the court lays out its case against the man accused of raping and murdering runner Kirsten Kluyts in a busy park. The South African Army in the battle to stop the devastating cross-border theft of livestock. As the year comes rushing to an end, Netflix reveals its big hitters and mega flops. Did you catch them? Hello, I'm Jane Dutton. Good to have you with us.
This is Eyewitness News.
The Western Cape High Court has sentenced former police officer Thanduxolo Faku to life imprisonment for killing his girlfriend Wendy Papu in 2018. He was found guilty of lying about how Papu was murdered. In a scathing judgment, Judge Constance Nziweni described Faku's actions as evil. The judge also found that Faku failed to show remorse and empathy for the family. Faku intends to appeal both his conviction and sentence.
Cattle thieves are increasingly targeting commercial farmers along the Lesotho border. Millions of rands worth of livestock are stolen every year, allegedly by Lesotho nationals who cross the borders illegally. The South African National Defence Force has deployed dozens of troops near the Ladybrand and Maseru borders. They'll stay there until March next year. Their aim to stop the rampant theft worth more than 1.7 million rand since October and to stop farmers from taking the law into their own hands.
So they just chase the cattle through the border and then from the local farms as well and get them loaded into the truck. So they target the auction timings, all right?
The man charged with murdering runner and teacher Kirsten Kluyts faces extra charges, including rape.
The accused appeared in court today to apply for bail. Previously, he was facing only one charge of murder, but the courts heard today that he now also faces a charge of rape and of aggravated robbery. In a shock turn of events, he has taken the stand in support of his release on bail. He insists he didn't do it. He says when he found Kirsten Kluyts, she was already dead. He says he was afraid of being blamed for her death and so left the scene, taking with him her clothes for fear of leaving fingerprints behind. The case has now been postponed until Monday for the resumption of the bail proceedings. Bernadette Wicks, Eyewitness News.
Sea, air and dogs, the multi-pronged approach to stopping crime on Cape Town's hotspots. The Table Mountain Sea and Air Unit consists of 15 members, including 6 canine units.
You can literally enter the park from hundreds, maybe thousands of entry points across the city, but also because it's so accessible, it also makes it accessible to less desirable elements as well.
Crime-fighting efforts in the rest of the city have received a boost with the addition of 78 Metro police officers and 35 traffic officers. Annual consumer price inflation has cooled for the first time in 3 months, coming down from 5.9% in October to 5.5% in November. The CPI reading measures the monthly changes in prices for a range of consumer products. The drop in the November inflation reading comes after a sharp decline in the fuel price index. This in turn led to a reduction in the annual rate for transport.
Annual inflation for food and non-alcoholic beverages accelerated to a 4-month high of 9%.
The cost of household maintenance services, which include rates for plumbers and electricians, also reported a massive jump. Streaming giant Netflix has released its viewing figures for the first time. The data reveals its top hits and flops. The biannual new publication titled What We Watched, a Netflix engagement report, reveals that The Night Agent topped the charts with more than 800 million hours watched globally. Other top performers include Wednesday, You, Bridgerton, and the spin-off series Queen Charlotte. The top biggest flops, Emily in Paris and Hollywood. See you for more tomorrow. Do remember to like, share and subscribe.
Eyewitness News, in touch, in tune and independent. For the latest, log on to ewn.co.za or ewn.mobi.